So some dumb shit happened today. Trying to figure out where to start. Um, Josh and Dad got me to watch a movie because Mom, Nakoma, Great Grandma Mouse, and Nakoma's friend Riley, um, and Mouse's nurse, Dee and Georgetta, I think. Um, the girls went off to see some kind of haunted trail. So we ended up started watching a movie called Dark Tower, and honestly, that's a conversation for another set of videos that you guys probably won't see. But Dad heard a car come up and it happened to be Grandma Mouse. I'm like, oh, cool, cool, cool. We paused the movie. Me and Josh are talking, and from the corner of my eye, because Dad left to go help Grandma Mouse up on the porch and all that stuff. From the corner of my eye, I seen somebody, and I know in the past there's a lot of times that I go, was that? And I realized no, it wasn't. They had the same hair or the same jawbone or whatever, but it wasn't them. And I thought this can't be that guy. It can't be that guy in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's no way. There's no way. But I was on autopilot and I got up. Got up, walked outside, and looked at him. Looked at the back of his head, and he realized I was looking at the back of his head, and turned around, and we locked eyes, and I knew who he was. He was AJ, the guy who slept with my wife, the guy who knew for our entire marriage that we were married, and for half of our marriage slept with her. That guy. That guy that my anger management therapist was like, you can't meet this guy face to face, you're not ready for it. And when we locked eyes, he turned around and continued walking as if he wasn't afraid of me. Turned his back to me, and see, I know me. I know. I know there are certain things that I just can't accept. And I couldn't think. People who know me, people who know anger, no, you ain't thinking whenever you're angry. But I thought enough to know that I couldn't be there. I couldn't be in that house right there and then. So I came up to my tower and I realized it's too close. It's too close. So I threw on a jacket, new pair of pants, new shoes, and as I'm coming downstairs, I'm like, if he knows where this place is, and he knows that this is where I am, who else is he gonna tell? Who else is he gonna let know? Maybe Jasmine, or maybe one of Jasmine's other ill-fortuned friends, or whatever. And I'm like, it wasn't really even a thought. It was more just like a feeling like he can't know that I live here. I can't be here and he can't know that I live here. So I tried to leave out the back door, but I left without, saying much of anything. The truck saw me. I was like, hey, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going out. And I don't say much of anything else. I just go, I was like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going out. Don't try to stop me. I don't even remember if I tried to say that. He was like, come over here. I'm like, I'm not in the mood for your, obedient bullshit. I just didn't want to be there. To the left, I see their car. The car that they came in on. And before I can really think about it, because honestly, there was a lot of things I was thinking. What can I do? All I had in my hand was a cell phone, and I thought a pack of smokes, but apparently they're up here. Before I can really even think of thought, before I can even make a definite full decision to just ignore it and keep going and continue being that bitch, my dad got me down. Because to a certain degree, he knows that I'm not thinking. I wasn't. I was thinking out. Tunnel vision, just leave. Cool down, think about it later. Because that solves problems, thinking about things later. But he got me and was like, you can't leave here because we don't know what you do. Heck, I don't even know what I'll do. He's right, but I knew I couldn't be there. And we struggled a little bit. Well, him a lot. And like he told me later, it was hard for him to try to restrain me without hurting me. And let me tell you, it was hard to slip out of his grip without hurting him. I ended up doing it though. A man with back problems galore, diabetes, and 12 other different things. I realized that trying to hold me down was hurting him. When I was crawling away from him, because he told me that even though I saw the car leave, he's still on the front porch. The guy who ruined my life, the guy who led me to lose my son, still on our front porch. They didn't know. Not a clue. They never read the files that I've ever made. Heck, no one really has. From my knowledge and the knowledge of my other brothers, but they wouldn't have known what he looked like. And I'm always full of adrenaline from wrestling with him. I'm always full of adrenaline from seeing him. And he tells me he's still on my porch. Now, I know if I was going to say, I just want him to talk to him. You know, just talk to him. Ask him, you know, why. Hopefully he say something. Well, regardless though, my dad started having like a mini heart attack. So I stopped. Pulled his ass inside the house, and then he kind of got pissy. Understandable. Older than me. Me carrying him. I made him go through a lot. And he's trying to figure it out. And he figures out that AG slept with my wife. And he goes, you cannot be mad at him. She allowed him to sleep with him. She allowed him to sleep with him. And it was just like, I don't know. Kept calling her a whore. And I'm like, I understand what he was trying to do. But you can't say that about like someone's wife regardless. So on the verge of it becoming physical again, Sue, mom, she comes in, calms dad down, calms me down, and she understands where I'm coming from. Because she knows if Katie was next door, I'd be telling her the same stuff. Calm down, you don't need to do anything stupid. You're going to lose everything you've been working on, working forward for the past 3 years. This guy caused what I've been working on for the past 3 years. Running around town telling people stories like he kicked in my door like he's some kind of badass. Granted, he kicked in my door, but it was after the police arrested me. And he was trying to take my stuff. But yeah, that guy, kicking my door. Sleep with my wife, breaking my stuff. God, he was so angry. Because he could have lost me, you know? Because if I did do something, the 3 years would have been gone. And Annette knows the situation that happened like a couple months ago, like a long month ago. I saw him at KFC. And I knew I shouldn't have been there, so I left. And I hated myself for weeks and months because I just walked away. I didn't confront him. Like, keep in mind, my dad thought I was going to do something. I didn't know he was going out in the car. Heck, I still thought I was in the front yard. I went out the back because I knew what would happen if I saw him again. I had no weapons on me. I had like I said, my cell phone and my pack of smokes. But you couldn't tell me that. I couldn't even tell myself that I wasn't. If I saw him again, that I wouldn't do anything. I don't know what I would do. Maybe I would talk to him. Yeah, maybe I would talk to him. Maybe I'll let him know what's on my mind. Who knows? Maybe we would, you catch hands or something. Shake hands. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. What I do know is that my dad cared enough about me to try to tackle me down, knowing that I am capable of making that mistake. I'm capable. Anybody's capable of ending in life, but people are more prone to it, and I am. He knows that. As much as I try to pull things back, he knows. He also knows that I love Xavier. For the past 3 years, I've been working on trying to see him, trying to get him. At the same time, I think he was really disappointed. Like in a way, I am too. In a way, I kind of thought I would be able to, I'm not sad. No, I'm trying to not be angry. Because amazingly, the same thing that happened with the Jasmine incident happened today. They thought I was dangerous, so they took they took measures they didn't need to, and because of that, I was in jail for 10 months. 10 months I was in jail because people were afraid. My dad was concerned knowing that I might be able to do something because I would be able to do something because I would have. I really wanted to. Ooh. It was that possibility that now kind of got everybody kind of tensioned up. Because when mom came home, so did Nakoma. And so did her friend. So she saw us yelling. She saw us roughed up. They're both crying. Even Grandma Mouse, she's crying. I realize this is what I've done. This is what anger does. But for a second, while me and him were all rolling around in the grass out back, and he had his mini heart attack, it crossed my mind just to leave him and talk to AJ. And I realized when I had that thought that it felt like it wasn't mine, but it was, because I know what anger does. I recognize what it does. Because it was doing it to him. My anger was doing that to him. And my anger made my little sister and her friend cry in fear. I wasn't yelling, I wasn't screaming, I didn't throw any punches. It was my determination. The same reason why Jasmine did probably what she did. Because I'm determined. Very few things will stop me. Heck, that night, she was actually one of the reasons why I didn't kill myself. Granted, she was the reason that I wanted to kill myself, but complications. My mom talked to me, and she told me that I cannot throw away the last 3 years for a guy who means nothing, the guy who doesn't care about nothing. I even heard a couple weeks ago they was trying to get to like one of my friends' sisters, and she's young. Young. This guy's older. This guy's a dirtbag. This guy is horrible. This guy is trash. At least in my book. In the book of a few others. But he's not worth throwing away everything. And she helped me see that. I lost it for a second. I really did. I'm not gonna lie, I lost it for a second. I thought I had it underneath control and I was trying to leave, and then he tackled me. The adrenaline came rushing. I'm like, he's leaving. If he leaves, he knows where I'm at. He'll tell people. People will come to the house, graffiti the place, fuck shit up. That'll be on me. But the important thing is that I stay out of trouble so I can see my son. God, the nurse who brought him apologizing left and right, and I have to apologize back to her because she had no idea. I don't want her to feel weird taking care of my great grandmother. A lot has happened tonight, and I learned I'm not ready yet, but I learned that I need to get ready. I need to control this anger, this Hulk. I need a control.